Yeah, we're heading somewhere. All right. Now we're gonna grab, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab the tiniest tap. And I know that being mindful with how much we're picking up can be complicated, but it helps. And then I'm just gonna tilt my head back and I'm gonna ever so lightly start to tap this. And we're using a bigger brush and a fluffier brush because now I don't want quite the same amount of intensity. I want to start to transition it and start to soften it. We still have a little bit more to do over here, but I was in a good enough spot to where I can leave it. And then I'm thinking that we want to do a halo eye. Meow, meow. And now I'm still blending. I'm still gonna get the blend a little bit better, but what I'm doing, I do have Sheila here and I do wipe my brush off quite a bit, but I picked up a little bit more of this shade. I'm throwing things, I'm out of control. I picked up a little bit more of that shade, just the one tap. And then I'm kind of just going back and forth, and by using this shade, it just keeps filling in any gaps that we might have, and that's what the patchiness is. If you just kind of keep going back and forth with the side of the brush, it fills in any gaps. And then I just kind of sit back and place where I need more product. In fact, over here, I'm gonna grab the E27 again. It has a little bit more of that blue eyeshadow on it still. We're just gonna fill in that gap. The ruckus is ruckusing in this house. Okay. And then we're gonna take the side of this brush again and just kind of smooth and continue to put everything together. Let's keep trucking. What I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna go ahead and smooth this outer part and this inner part. It's okay if it all mixes together. I'm not going for a cut crease. Okay, nice. We're gonna grab this shade again. This one, grab it on the side of the brush, that way it'll fit here perfectly. And we're gonna pack that here. I hear the tiptoes. There we go, Douglas. And then same color. Pack it on the inner part too. Fun. So later I'm gonna add some of the yellow here, but I have to have all my makeup on. It's gonna be really fun, but we're not there yet. Let's go ahead and smooth. I'm trying to think about how I wanna do the blue. Let me think for just a second. All right, we'll just go ahead and we'll kind of have a two-tone since we'll have a lighter center, and then we're gonna feather the shimmer over into the darker part on the eye. So we'll have something fun. But what I'm doing right there, I'm making sure that I'm not setting a crease. So let's go ahead and we'll just pick it up on an E27. Let's grab, I feel like these do look very similar. This one's just a hair more blue. This one's more turquoise. Let's grab that one. Okay, gotta make sure I got a lot on there. There we go, got it. Gravity sometimes makes it to where I don't pick up as much when I pick it up that way. I have to set it down. Oh my goodness, that's so pretty. Don't be afraid for it to creep up in the socket just a little bit. I'm gonna pick up more. And then we'll start to feather it over this way. And then we're just going to feather it over this way a little bit. And then I always leave a little extra space here because I'm going to do liner. And liner doesn't like to go on top of shadows like this. So just leave a little space. All right, I'm gonna do the other eye and then it's cereal time and I will be right back. I'm gonna keep with the blue and I'm just using this as liner. These are so beautiful. These are some of the most pigmented liquid shadows that I've tried. I'm just gonna load this up on an E26 and just scoot this across my lash line. I'm gonna do a nice little wingity wing. Let me grab some more. There we go. And then we'll do our cleanup. Now let's take our micellar water, C30. We're gonna tidy up here. Wipe that off. There's still enough on here, plenty, to continue to shape this. Jean is snoring. Jean missed breakfast. We're all going down right now as soon as I get done here. But he's got to go eat his breakfast. He was napping and said, I don't really want breakfast, but you know what? I know he wants breakfast. Cereal was delightful. Today I had just plain cornflakes. Just the classic, not the frosted, man. I'd tear up the frosted. I just can't do the frosted anymore though, but just some plain cornflakes. Let's do our Lily Lashes self-adhesive band. Trendsetter. I should learn the names, but I don't know what's up with me with that. I guess because I use a bunch of different styles, it's harder for me to remember them. I think Trendsetter, they're my favorite. And then that's not a commission code, but it's just kind of a keep track code. But obviously this is an ad because it says ad. And what you're seeing me do is I just give it a nice little pinch to warm up that glue. That way when I go to place it, it just automatically grabs. And then I let it sit there and continue to warm up about 10 seconds. Then I just take it and wiggle it over here. They're ruckusing again, and then I wiggle it over here and then it'll connect. And then I give it a nice pinch in between my skin and the lashes on top. There we go. Okay, so we're using blue. It's gonna pull extra blue. It's one of the reasons we don't like blue eyeshadow. Obviously, preference, but it could be one of the reasons. Because anytime we have this much blue here, it's going to start to pull blue underneath here. And then we're just looking at this and we're thinking, oh, just looks terrible, but we have to see it through. And also, we're gonna put a little bit of the corrector here. And then, of course, underneath here. And I'm gonna go a little heavier with the corrector today. If this was just kind of a normal look, I wouldn't need this much. But obviously, I am trying to be a mermaid. That's what I'm doing today. Let's take a C31, and that's my favorite corrector. That's the Cali Ray one, which is back in stock. And we're taking this corrector in here because this is an area that tends to want to get a little dark. So just tap that there, and then we'll smooth it over this way. So look, listen, this is gonna be fun. So whenever we do our eyeshadow more intense, okay, this is one color. Like I said, it's gonna pull the blue here. It is, but we're past that. So we're gonna go and we're gonna have to rethink our foundation a little bit, okay? Let me show you the color wheel. So out of all of these years that I've been doing makeup, I find that whenever I do intense eyeshadow looks like this, even if I just wanna branch out and do an eyeshadow look, just imagine that we're over here in this very blue realm. Look across. What can happen is my foundation can pull a little orangey yellow. So to combat that, for my skin tone, I normally just add a little bit of pink, a little bit of red to my foundation. But that's not really correcting because I'm adding something for my undertone, so I'm kind of adjusting. So there is a difference between adjusting. Adjusting can only take you so far, and then we have to reference back the color wheel, and that's where we actually color correct. So if you don't have a cool undertone and your foundation does start to pull orange because of this, then you would actually add the blue. So it seems very complicated, but at the end of the day, it's really, you just look across. What's your problem? Look across. What's happening now? Foundation's too yellow? We're gonna do more of I actually prefer not to just do full lavender because sometimes lavender can be a little too white and that can lighten your, oh my Lord, we have been on to a deep dive. But anyways, lavenders, like I said, they have a lot of white in them and then that can lighten your foundation. So that's why I like to do the almost blue purple because the blue has the depth. Psst, psst, psst. We could just do a whole day on this. But for now, I am going to add just red to adjust, not correct, not cancel, adjust. All right, so here's a foundation that is normally my absolute perfect shade. It's my Revlon Color Stay Foundation. It's my Ride or Die, and there's nothing wrong with the foundation. Nothing. It just needs red because it's pulling a little too yellow, a little too orange. It's more orange when the light isn't hitting it. See that? It's it could work. I could even blend it out, but I don't have to. I don't have to look like this. Let me find a blush. What am I mixing with these days? Hang on just a second. This is still one of my absolute favorites for fixing. The texture of it, again, you remember how I was talking the other day how much I loved that bronzer? This is just not a wet formula. Do you see that? That's something to look for. We don't want things that are too wet. Then we can add a little bit more of this, just to mix. And then I'll work it in with a brush. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Again, this isn't correcting, this is shifting and adjusting. Look at this match now. It's like I'm putting on my skin tone. And if I didn't have this much blue, I wouldn't have had to add the red. So don't feel like you have to do this every day. But I just, in case maybe you have a blue dress and you want to do just a little bit of a blue liner, even blue liner can sometimes really change what's going on. So it's just an idea. I want you to be able to enjoy your makeup. And then I'm going to do my Natasha Denona concealer. The concealer brush here is coming back very soon. Melty, melty. Now with the concealer that's on the brush, we're gonna melt this in just a little bit. I'm actually gonna place yellow there later, it's gonna be fun. And then a little bit across here, not too much, but it does kind of act as the final blend. Now, I have found a powder that I love, but it's a secret for now. But I did find this one. And it's only gonna be a secret for a little bit longer. And it is pink, like the Givenchy. And it is smooth. It is so smooth. I'm gonna use my Dominique Cosmetics cream bronzer. So I only have the powder underneath my eyes and a little bit through the center, but not on the perimeter of my face, so we're good to go. C40. And we're just gonna start to press this on. It just blends like a dream. This is the same texture as that Mob Beauty blush I just showed you. And that is so important. Anything that's super wet, I feel like some of us have been traumatized and we don't even realize it because it was just too wet of a product and it started to separate everything. And if you're not holding your C40 back here, you're not getting the most out of it because it doesn't flop, it just does what we want it to do. Let me demonstrate one more time. See how far back I'm holding it? Here, let me zoom out. Very far back. It's only gonna feel uncomfortable for just a second, but then look at this. Always the stamping motions. And then it just transitions it up the cheekbone. Because remember, bronzer likes to migrate. That's where the sun would naturally hit us. But then we get that really nice sculpt there. Sculpt is different than contour. Contour is a shadow. But I have to say, this and this together, match made makeup heaven. Same thing, hold it far back. That way we're just pressing it. And anywhere there's a curve, it really hugs it as long as you hold it. And there's a curve here on top of my skull. And then I just place what's left here, just for the flow. Secret blush. Ooh, look how blurring that is. It's so pretty. Let's grab it on a C41. Now, this is a Longwear blush, so we have to treat it like we would I'm teaching you about something that's not even released, but we have to teach it like we would, we have to treat it like we would a Longwear foundation. Think Estee Lauder Double Wear. So we do want to work with it a little quickly, but once it dries down, it is just blurry, delicious, super long wearing. I can't wait for you to see the video. This color's so pretty too. Oh, I love. So I'm using this more lavender shade on my waterline. It's in the same family. I love these, by the way. This is the first time I've used lavender. It's very, very pretty. Gorgeous. I wanted something really subtle, but obviously just something that wasn't my skin tone. That's perfect. But I've definitely used the other shades and I'm loving this. Love the formula, love the colors. I think the green one's my favorite though. Was gonna use the blue, but I'm like, you know what? It's Feral Monday. Actually, let's go ahead and use the blue one. So I already have it on over there, but look at how nice these are. They're so nice. Ooh, it matches the eye perfectly too. Now you can really see that lavender popping. That was kind of my idea. And I'm using this because I don't want it to fall out. That's one of the best blue liners I've seen. Now this is that E27 I had with the blue eyeshadow earlier. So I'm just going to ever so lightly soften the edges. I didn't add any more shadow. There's not much left on here and I don't want a lot, but I just wanted the edges to just look a little more blurred. Now let's have a little bit of fun with the yellow. And we're using a fluffier brush because I don't want it quite as pigmented as I have everything else. Let's place some in here. That's so fun. Let's place some here too. And then I'll take some on the tip of the brush and we'll just transition that. And I'm trying to use a lighter hand because if we put the yellow on the blue really heavily, what do we get? We would get green. I love makeup so much. I just love painting on my face like a canvas. It's a lot easier to set up too. Now let's finish up our inner corner and I want to do a peach lip, I think. Let's take this color and that's gonna go here. Very icy. So if you've found yourself in the market for a very peachy nude, I cannot find a better peachy nude than this. Now, even on my skin tone, I'm gonna need a lip liner with this for sure. Here it is without a lip liner. It is extremely light, but it's also a liquid lipstick, and that's why I love it. Because if you pair it with a long wearing lip liner, you don't have to deal with it ever again. But this color it's somewhere between the MAC one that just relaunched but is sold out. Okay, listen, Flesh Pot, okay? It's Flesh Pot elevated with a touch of MAC Creme de Nude as well. I've been reaching for this nonstop, and if you like lipsticks in this realm, you have to have this one in your collection. Now before it dries, I'm gonna grab my Fenty lip liner. This one sold out on the website. We are to blame, I fear. And this is exactly how I've been wearing it with this lip liner. It's just so pretty and it's so soft. And it just looks, I don't know. I just love this color so much. I love it. I'm gonna say it's my second favorite after this one, the Kiko Milano one. I love this one. But when I want something more peachy, this is the one that I reach for. Kind of want to put a gloss on top today. Normally I wouldn't, and remember, if we put a gloss on top, it's gonna move. It's not gonna last the same. That's okay, but I don't ever want you to put on a Longwear lipstick and then put gloss on and think that the gloss is gonna last, unless it's this formula. Now these two are designed for one another, so the gloss works on top of that. But putting any other kind of gloss, or even putting this gloss on top of this. They're not meant for one another, so it will come off. The more I stare at it, the more I like it the way it is. I'm gonna leave it. Look how pretty it is with the blush. This is fun. We have fun here. If there's one thing we're gonna do, we're gonna have some fun here. All right, that's gonna be it for today. Is there anything else I wanted to put on? I have an eye appointment just to check out, just to make sure my contact prescription hasn't changed. But I'm gonna have to take this off. That's gonna be a really awkward eye appointment if I go like this. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to put on. Hang on, let's look at these together before I go. These are new from Kiko Milano. I don't know if there's a peachy one, but first of all, that's glass. These feel so nice. Oh my goodness. This is their new Gloss Supreme Color Glaze Lip Lacquer. Let's just swatch them together really quickly. Oh, okay, I'm kind of excited. This isn't the color I want, but ooh, they smell like candy. This is the shade 02. Oh, these are really pretty. Okay, first was 02. I should have went in order. I didn't know they were in order. So this one's gonna be 01. Ooh, this one's so dusty and pretty. Dusty does not sound good, but I didn't finish. Dusty Mauve. That is so pretty. So that's 01, and then that is 02. I'm gonna try and go in order now. So this one's 03. Ooh, this one's a pretty coral. Wow, these are so pigmented. So that's 03. Oh, that's so pretty. 04. Got it. I think we're missing a few because I think it skips over to 8. But you can see the rest on the site. Ooh, I like that shade too. Again, that's 04. Kiko does these types of colors really well. Yeah, we're missing a few chapters, but here's 7. Yeah, because I don't have any more. Oh, this is not a color I would wear, but on a deeper skin tone, this is going to be mwah. So again, 07. Oh, that's so pretty. And then 08. She'll just put right here. Ooh, I'd wear that one though. Chocolatey. Oh, okay, 08. Now I have to go research where the other ones are, but I think that one's my favorite. Look at how pretty that is. There's so much, there's actually red in there, but it's a nice brown. I'm ready for fall. All right, I want to film with that color. All right, that's gonna be it for today. I had so much fun. Thank you for letting me be creative. I know that these looks are something most of us might not want to sport, but for me, these textures going together, the placement, all of this, it does something for my makeup soul, so thank you so much. But there's always a learning situation in everything that I do. I try to be helpful and I try to help you understand things. Even if you just wanted to do a blue waterline, sometimes it can pull your concealer more yellow, more orange. So that can help you understand things. You'll go, oh, okay, well that makes sense. I know most of us aren't gonna be putting on all this jazz here, but tiny little things can still make a difference, and I want you to enjoy even the smallest amount of makeup you put on. I want you to be completely fearless while applying it. Tomorrow we're going to do a really simple look, and I'm going to use these again. It's not going to be an ad. Oh my god, I just did an ad on these, but I was using these and loved these when they first came out. I have been using them, and we're still going to continue to use them. If I promote something or there's an ad somewhere, something that you've seen before, and if you didn't see it before, it's because I couldn't talk about it, but you see it after the ad, and that's all that matters. But tomorrow I kind of wanted to walk you through these and even any of your foundations that have skincare in them, because I want you to really enjoy your products that have a lot of skincare in them, and I want you to understand them. So we'll do that, and we'll do maybe I'll just do a wash of color on my eye, although sometimes I cannot be trusted when it comes to putting on small amounts of makeup. Case in point. But I love you all so much. I'm not going to post tonight, but I'm always around, and I love you so much.